Hello.
There we go, we're in.
Hello, I'm a TV reporter for The Mirror, Rebecca Cook, and I'm here, of course, with Jake Quickenden.
Hello, are you all right?
Yeah, all good, thank you. Thank you for taking the time to do this. So we're going to talk everything I'm a Celebrity as in the countdown to the final. So what are you thinking? It's like it's getting small, not that many people left. Who have you been saddest to see go?
I was sad when Babatunde left. I thought Babatunde might have been top 4. So when he left, I was a little bit sad because I thought he was great in there, if I'm honest. But everyone else kind of went when I thought they were going to go, and I think we're left with the people that I thought, apart from Babatunde. But yeah, it gets smaller now. It gets more boring, and you're kind of just counting down now to the final now because you know you're close to getting home.
Yeah.
You've done all your trials. You faced all your fears. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, it's definitely gonna. I think there becomes a point now when you're like, I just want to go home. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, they'll all be buzzing that they're in the final 5.
Yeah, I know. I mean, we obviously last night Chris Moores went home. I gasped that it wasn't Matt. I really did think that this was going to be his time to go.
I think every week or every day people have been gasping that he's not gone. But I just think a lot of people have got behind him as a person and kind of how he handled himself in that first week where he was getting all the trials. And like, I didn't really want to like him, and I'm still kind of on the fence. But I have to admit, as somebody watching from the outside, as a contestant, he's done well, man. Like, he's done all the trials well. He's come across fair, like decent enough on TV.
Oh, we might have just lost Jake for a moment there. Well, while we try... Oh, is he back?
Hello?
Oh, there we go. Got you.
Oh, sorry about that. I don't know what happened. But yeah, I think people have kind of warmed to him in a way. And as a contestant, he's done all right. So I do think he's going to be in the final 4. I think people will want to see him do the cyclone now as well. So I think potentially Sean will go tonight.
Okay, I was still thinking surely he's going to go tonight. Like I was surprised that he like got this far, but yeah, as you said, people do seem to be like responding to him. And when I'm looking on social media when it's on, it is a real mix of people being like, why is he still in there? But also loads of people saying like, come on, he's worked really hard. He's done all these trials.
Yeah.
He's done what he like wanted to do essentially to win people over. So
like I say, he went in there for forgiveness and he's lasted and that proves that some people have been voting for him. Do you know what I mean? He won't still be in there if people hadn't voted. I think a lot of people were surprised that he didn't go out first because I think when he went in there, everyone kind of had the same kind of thought. Let's get him doing all the trials and then get him out. But with this, like he's done his trials, he's done well. Doesn't change the fact what happened in lockdown, but as a person on I'm a Celeb, he's been a good contestant. So I do think he'll be in the final.
Yeah. Okay, so we're getting down. What is it like in the I'm a Celeb camp at this point? You're like really whittling down the numbers, people leaving every day. What is that atmosphere like?
It gets longer. The days get longer because there's less people to talk to. There's less people to fill your time with. Although you do get more stuff to do because a pair of them will do the Dingo Dollars, usually a couple if you go out and do a trial. But yeah, like I said, it's just kind of, you're just boiling down to the final now. There's when's the final?
It's on Sunday evening.
Sunday. So yeah, there's only a few days left and they know that now. So they'll be thinking about what the family are doing and what they're going to eat and kind of, if they've got a chance of winning, I think all of them in there will be excited to try and win it. I think Matt will be the most excited about trying to win it. And like for me, Sean went in there with a bit of a redemption story. And I think Sean's come across brilliant. I would like to see Sean win it, if I'm honest. I don't think he will. But I did really like Sean. But yeah, it's more boring now, more than anything. You're just kind of ready to go home.
Yeah, it feels like maybe it's because of that you're getting more of those like chats that are really interesting, like between the campmates, like Mike talking a bit more about the Royals yesterday with Owen, which don't know whether he seemed like reluctant to speak about it, but he was kind of talking about Buckingham Palace and that kind of stuff. And then we had them talking about their dinner party, like dream dinner party.
Yeah.
Yes. Which one of those are you the most tempted to go to?
I like Jill's dinner party. I thought that was great. She had someone for everybody there. And Jill was my winner before the show started. When I saw the lineup, I thought Jill would win.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've met Jill a couple of times and she's always been lovely. And she's very down to earth. She's got a great sense of humour. You always see online people going, "Oh, she's not done enough," blah blah blah. But that's always in the edit. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think she's come across so nice, just a really great person. So I still think and want Jill to win.
Yeah, I know I feel like she really surprised me because she's just so funny. Like when she's doing those trials, like the one-liners, especially when she did the drinking one with Mike, it's so funny.
She's great. She's come across great. And obviously she's doing it for the ladies. She's the last woman standing. What they did at the Euros, the Lionesses, was unbelievable. So I think she'll have a huge backing. I think it's going to probably be between her and Owen. Personally, I think Mike's been great as well, though. So I think out of the five people, it's probably going to be the closest one because they've all kind of done the same.
Yeah. So why don't we talk a little bit about the trials? Like the one last night, it was a bit chaotic, the postman trial. Some people saying it's the hardest one they've ever seen. What were you thinking?
I don't know where people are watching saying that was hard. It didn't. Maybe when you're on it might seem hard, but to get the stars was easy, and then you just had to chuck them in. And I think if you aim for the letterbox and it hits the letterbox, you're going to get it in. I was quite shocked. I know Owen's got good hand-eye coordination. I know he's a sporty guy. I was like, how the hell is he missing this every time? So maybe when you're there, it's a bit harder. But I do think the trials this year have been a bit easier than usual. So that one seemed a bit harder, but still, like I was looking online as well, and people were like, "Oh my god, this is so hard." I'm like, "No, it's not."
I think they just felt so sorry for Owen. Every time he threw it in, he looked more and more devastated.
He was getting further and further away every time. Just put a bit more on it, Owen. You've worked hard for those biceps. You know what I mean? Like, use them. Get a bit of distance on it. I just felt sorry for Chris because he went back to the camp with 1 star again, and everyone's probably like, "God, it's Chris.
I know. They think he's cursed.
Yeah, Chris the Curse. No, it definitely did seem a bit harder, and I think I'm probably not giving him enough credit. It might have been harder when you're in there because he was in to throw it and everything like that. But yeah, I think we've seen harder ones. I think being in darkness and covered in bugs and not knowing what's there is always the hardest one for me.
Oh yeah, like the buried underground ones.
Yeah, so that's the one that I always find hard. I think as an actual trial, Chris lifting me up and down into the thing was fairly easy.
Yeah. So maybe. I mean, what do you think? Do you want the "Don't Come Back Without the Stars" single? Are you liking it?
No, I think no. I don't think it'll. I don't think it'll take off. If I'm honest, they might do it if they did it for charity. I think. And buy it, but no, maybe not.
It feels like this year there's way more pressure. Like in previous years, I feel like they've tried to be like, "Oh, it's okay. Like whatever you do is going to be great." But now they're like, "You need these stars. Like we need food. If you don't, we're going to be starving." And Owen's going to be looking at you like you're a sandwich. We might. Oh, yeah. Sorry, go on.
I'm still here. I think this year they've moaned about food more than any other year, and I can never really get my head around it because I'm trying to think when I was in there, was I that hungry? And I don't think I was. There was never a point where I thought, "Oh my God, I'm so hungry." Like you get to eat your rice and beans. Yeah, you're missing a bit of flavour and stuff like that. But there was never a point, and the kind of moaning about food, I've just been a bit baffled by it. Obviously, everybody's different, but like there's people out there that don't eat at all, and that's what I always used to think. Do you know what I mean? I'm like, we're doing a show here, like we're getting our rice and beans, we're getting a bit of a meal at night, like let's just crack on. It's only for 3 weeks. but they've seemed to really struggle this year. So I don't know if they've got less rice and beans or what, or there's been less to share out. But when we got it, I was just got on with it, cracked on, and ate my rice and beans, and it was all right.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's because they have had also like such bad luck with the Deals on Wheels challenges. Like they've so many of them.
Yeah, that's. I think we've won most of ours, so maybe that makes a bit of a difference. Just getting a different flavour.
Yeah,
But yeah, they did well with the stars at the beginning. Matt was bringing home the bacon. Do you know what I mean? So they were getting decent meals.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe it's the dingo dollars.
Yeah, I know. It felt like last night they gave them a really easy question, just like to
so they could win.
Make it easy. Yeah, like just give them something.
What's 2 + 2? It's like, oh, guys. Yeah, they have been a bit rubbish with the questions, but I think Matt's gone for about 5 answers and got them all wrong, which is great. I always found that quite funny when he was so adamant that he knew the answer and then he was getting them wrong. But yeah, I think they're there now. They're winning. They're going to be eating proper now, pretty much in the jungle. They'll get their like final meals and stuff like that. So they'll be all right. Owen's got 3 more days in him, I'm sure. Yeah,
exactly. So I mean, what are those final days like? Obviously, we've had like the jungle arms going into the final. Is this like all the treats come? It's just like the best part?
I think getting to this point is the best part because you get the jungle arms, you get your meal. When there's 3 of you, you'll get your final meal where you get a starter, a main, and a dessert and a drink. You obviously get to do Celebrity Cyclone. So there's like quite a lot of cool things coming up that you really want to do. So I think the worst place to come is 5th. So the person out tonight doesn't get to do the cyclone, probably won't get any of their treats. Obviously, they'll get out and eat what the hell they want anyway. But I mean, yeah, the worst place to come is 5th because you don't get to do the cyclone. So the final 4 have the luxury of doing the cyclone, which is so fun. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. And what about the bonds made in camp? Do you stay in touch with your fellow celebs? Like, because it just seems like everyone, you have all that time to talk to each other. You get to know each other so well.
Yeah. You always have this bond with those people that you were in the jungle with, obviously, because you've done this amazing experience together. But I think like it was 8 years that I was in, and I stay in contact with people and talk on Instagram and message and stuff like that. And Edwina came to see me in my Footloose show and stuff like that. But I think like your life then takes over again. You're just in a massive bubble, and like I say, you share this amazing experience with those people. But when your bubble bursts and you go home, you see your friends, you see your family, then you're busy. Then when you've got any free time, you want to go home and see your girlfriend or your wife. Do you know what I mean? So it's hard to stay in contact and see each other all the time, but you'll always share this really special moment with people. Do you know what I mean? And you share this special time and you'll never forget it. I'll never forget my chance to do the show. It was amazing.
Yeah. And so what are your kind of overall impressions of this series? It's gone back to Australia. It's been a really big deal. What are the highs and lows of the series? What are you thinking? The highs and lows.
Is that me? Hello?
Oh, is that me?
Hello?
Oh no, I
don't know if I'm still here. Am I still on? Shall I answer the question?
Yeah, go for it, Jake. I'm not sure if you can hear me.
I'm going to answer the question. Shall I answer the question?
Yeah, do it.
We're back. Are we back?
Can you hear me? Having some slight technical issues. So, okay, we'll wait until we can try and get Jake back on the call.
I don't know if I'm in.
Oh, he might be having some internet issues. Well, we have got the final this Sunday evening, and I think that Jake was saying that he's plumping for Jill to win, who is one of the favourites, so we'll have to wait and see. I think that we might have lost the connection to Jake, so... Oh, I think he's gonna try and join again. Oh, so Jake is just having some internet issues at the moment, but... So we know that Jake wants Jill to win. The other favourites in the running are Owen Warner from Hollyoaks and Mike Tyndall, of course. But if we can't get Jake back on, then I think we had kind of wrapped up most of the questions. Oh,
I'm in.
He's here. Yes.
Sorry, I don't know what the heck happened then.
I could hear you, and I was trying to, but oh well, you're back. That's the main thing.
To answer your question,
yes,
I think this year it's been obviously better. Everyone loves it when it's in the jungle, and I think it's really brought the magic back. I think it's been a great series. I think everybody in there has really been quite nice people, and come across really well. So that's why it's probably really hard to choose a winner. But yeah, I think being back in the jungle, Ant and Deck have been on form. They've been great. It's been wicked to have it back there.
Yeah. And so are you going for Jill? Is that who you got your money on?
I'm gonna still keep my money on Jill. Yeah, I'm gonna stay true to myself where I was at the beginning.
Yeah.
But I do think Mike, Owen, Sean, and Matt have all done great. So it could go to any one of them. But I'm gonna stay Jill. I'm going to say vote Jill because I think she'll really appreciate it.
Great. Okay. Well, we'll have to see. Tune in on Sunday to find out. Yeah. Thank you so much for speaking with me, Jake. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you. Thank you, mate. Take care.
Yeah. Take care.